Hello, Stampers! Danny Garola here with Stamp in the Pink Barn, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Your weekend went well. Ours was pretty uneventful. I did work at my local VFW here yesterday, so that was kind of fun. Got me out of the house, got me doing something different. I bartend down there once a month, unless we have an event, and then I'll normally pop in and help them out during event times. But yeah, so I worked yesterday. That was nice. You know, like I said, it gets me out of the house. It gets me doing something different and seeing adults, since I'm pretty much home with kids during the day. So yeah, that's always kind of fun. Hello, Patty. Hello, Shaz. Who else did I see come in here? Hello, Miss Peggy. Hello, Frida. Hello, Rhea. Hello, Kay. And hello, Patty. Hello, Magna. Yes, so I have a couple of things that I want to share with you guys today. We had our winner of our May's mystery stamping. Hello, Florence. Hello, Noreen. So, Miss Anna Rebadoo, she had submitted her card when I did mystery stamping this last Wednesday, which was the 18th. I had everybody post their pictures of the cards that they made over on Pink Barn Stampers group, which is my private group. And I drew a winner yesterday night, and Miss Anna, for submitting the picture of her card that she created using the this layout that I showed you guys, she is going to be getting some happy mail with this set of trio of tags die set here. So that will be coming in the mail to you, Miss Anna. So I wanted to let you guys know that everybody is welcome to join in mystery stamping. So mystery stamping will come up again in June. I believe it will be on the 15th. So I will be posting the list of supplies that you need to have come the 8th of June. I will post the supplies that will be posted over on my blog, which is pinkbarnstampers.com. I will also post them in the events here. You can already go to my events page and you will see that I have already created the event for mystery stamping of June. So come the, what did I just say it was? Come June 8th, I will post the supply list in there. Then on the 15th, we will actually have the live mystery stamping. And then on the 19th is when I will draw a winner for mystery stamping for everybody who submits a card over on Pink Barn Stampers group. So all you have to do is go over to the Pink Barn Stampers group and hit that join button, and I will let you in. My only requirement is that you at least have somewhat of a Facebook page, because I have had trolls, I guess you call it, try to join the page where they don't have any pictures. They've only just established the page. So the only thing I require to get into the page is that you have a little bit of information about yourself. You have a photo on your actual Facebook page, so I can see that you're, you know, that you're there, you're doing your thing, and that you've been, you know, at least established for a little bit. Hello, Sharon. Let's see, who else did I miss? Hello, Debbie. Did I miss anybody else? No, I think we're all good. So, that is our May's mystery stamping. I also, when I get you guys flipped around here, I am going to show you the differences. I actually weighed it. You know how I was telling you guys that I dropped it the other day? I'm going to show you the differences between the new magnetic plate and the old magnetic plate that was discontinued, and they've come out with a new one. So when I get you guys flipped around, we're going to talk about the differences, because it's pretty substantial, and I don't foresee anything going wrong with that new one. So I want to let you know that. And then What else do we have going on? I keep thinking I'm forgetting to tell you guys something. Well, if it comes to me, you guys know how I'll just tell you when it comes to mind. So today's cards are going to be a little on the simpler side than what I normally like to do. Oh, that's what I did want to tell you. See, I knew it would come to me. I am going to start for my YouTube audience, because I have a whole nother following over on YouTube. And that is welcome for you guys as well. The only thing you have to do is you have to be following my YouTube page, which it is Danny Garola Stampin' the Pink Barn. So you can find me by looking up either one of those things over on YouTube. I will normally always upload these videos that we do here on Facebook. I do upload them over on YouTube. So if you can't find it here and you're looking for a card that I've made in the past, you can always go over to YouTube and you can find the whole list of my previous videos over there. But what I'm going to do, thank you so much, Kay, for sharing. What I'm going to be doing over there, it is called a One Card Wednesday. I haven't quite made up my mind when I'm going to start it, though. I will keep you guys posted. I'm thinking probably the beginning of July, just because my month of June is crazy. Like, my husband has a surgery. My daughter has to be in the hospital for a week. I've got mystery stamping. I've got both of my classes for my in-person live classes that I do here in Tucson at the local VFW. I have that coming up in June. I've got a lot on my plate for June, and I don't want to, what do they say, bite off more than I can chew, I guess. Thank you so much, Peggy. Thank you, Magda. You guys don't even know how happy that makes my heart for you guys sharing my video. That helps with the algorithm and the of the video getting shared amongst other pages to, you know, help me grow my business, because, you know, we're all here to kind of do the same thing and learn how to make cards and learn the process of stamping and send people that we know. What do they say? They say a hug or a card is a paper hug. Is that something like that? It's something along that line. So it's always nice to send people cards. And we all know the price of cards when you go to purchase them, you know, at box stores and that kind of stuff. So hello, Susan. So it's nice to be able to make your own cards and put that special touch of a homemade card and give it to a recipient and have them feel twice as loved that you thought enough about them to make a card. Not just go purchase one. You made it, and you made it with your own touches and your own creativity. And that's what card making is all about. And for me, and you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not nothing, but it's my therapy. It's just the way it is. I come in here, I sit down. My daughter is normally, because this is her room and that's my room back there, but I'm normally inside. Thank you, Patty. I'm normally this is my office. It is inside of my daughter's room. So she can sit here because I have a special needs child. She can sit here. I can watch her the whole time, but she can be watching her shows. And I'm sitting here just focused on making my cards, but still very aware of what is going on with her in the background, you know, because being a mom, you're always aware of what's going on around you. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I will keep you guys posted on when I'm doing the YouTube, when I start doing the YouTube lives. That, like I said, it probably won't be until July. And those are not going to be long videos like these here on Facebook are. They're going to be a one card that I make every Wednesday where I just pop in. And it's going to be more during the daytime. Like, I'm thinking probably around like noonish is what I'm thinking. Hello, Kathleen. So because of the fact that when I do my Facebook lives, I do them 6:00 p.m. my time. Hello, Miss Lois. I haven't seen you in a hot minute, girl. I was actually going to message you and find out if you were doing okay. But now I see your husband was in the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry. But he's doing okay. Let me hit this, see more so I can read the rest of it. Oh my gosh, Lois, I am so sorry. But that is amazing that he is you know, he's home now and he's doing better. Oh, my heart goes out to you, girl. Hello, Lorian. I haven't seen you in a hot minute either. So, yes, so the YouTube will be a 1 card. It'll be a short little, you know, hopefully keeping it around half hour, 45 minutes. So I can start going live and start learning how to do the live thing on YouTube. I can't imagine it being any more difficult than it is here on Facebook. Technology can be crazy at times, so just is what it is. But I do want to start doing a shorter daytime segment. Oh, that's where I was going with that, is that because of the time that works for me, my time here is 6 o'clock Arizona time, which happens to be Pacific time right now. But when you guys all have your time change, us here in Arizona, we don't have time change. We stay the same thing. We don't have daylight savings. So when it comes fall time, when you guys fall back, I will then become Mountain Standard Time, which, you know, makes it an hour difference for you guys. So right now we are 6 o'clock Arizona and Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Eastern, or 8 Central, 9 Eastern. So that's awfully late for you guys there in Eastern times. So I wanted to do a shorter video during the day that you guys can always watch at a later date, and you don't have to always be live with me. But in order to comment on YouTube and let me see what you got and who's coming in, you have to be logged into your YouTube account to be able to comment on YouTube. So that's one of the things that is a stipulation through YouTube. So, like I said, that should be coming up in July when we get back from the hospital with my daughter and all that kind of stuff. So we will be golden then, and I can take a sigh of relief after June. So, all right, hold on, you guys. Let me get you guys flipped around, and we are going to talk business here. We're going to talk about the new magnetic plate, and let's get this thing going. So hold on. Nobody get sick. Okay, so first thing, my husband was like, do you ever talk about your in-person classes during your Facebooks? And I said, no, because it's in my events page. And he goes, well, I think it's worth you mentioning, just because if you have some locals around that maybe they don't know that you do a in-person class. So I do hold a in-person card making class where we make 3 cards at the event. It is the same class that I hold both days. I just offer it one on the weekend and one on a weekday. So it's the second Sunday of the month, unless it's a holiday, and then I always post it here in the events. And the third Thursday. So all 3 cards for both classes are the same cards, just to let you guys know. Like I said, I just do that just in case of the people who can't make a weekday, then they can come on the Sunday class. So, in order to let me know that you are interested in that or that you want to come, all I need you to do is go over to my events page. You're going to see like a graphic like this. All you have to do is go in there and hit the going button, and then I'll make sure I have a kit for you. I always reach out to everybody a couple days before to let you know, hey, this is just a reminder that class is coming. And then if you can't make it, then you let me know or whatever. Also, for the month of May, this is a super smoking deal. So those of you who are not already demonstrators or discount shop, well, you're still a demonstrator, but if you're just doing it for discount shopper, this is the deal for you. This is the In Color Starter Kit. So the way a starter kit works is you simply go into the store, you find your catalogs, whatever current catalogs we have. You get to pick $125 worth of product and only pay $99 for it. So that tells you right there how good of a deal it is. But right now, during May, they're actually adding on $66.50 worth of free product in that starter kit. Then Once you start your, once you go through and you pick out the products that you want and you become a demonstrator, now you can choose to either make a business out of it. One of the good things about making a business is you'll get some, extra spending money. You'll also get to pick your own hours. You don't have anybody telling you when you have to work and when you don't have to work. So it's kind of a really nice thing to do. Or if you don't want to do the business thing, you can always be a discount shopper, because no matter what you choose to do, business or discount shopper, you're going to get right out the gate, you're going to get a 20% discount on all the product that you're already purchasing. So it's a really cool thing. Becoming part of my team, you also get some extra perks. After you place your first demonstrator order, and you're going to get that discount on that order, you will then become a part of our group that is called the Stamp Happy Academy, that is put on by Dina, Barb, and Kelly, which are the uplines of my Stampin' Up. And so that's where you'll get some really amazing PDFs of some cards, and it's just a really cool group. There's lives in there, but that's free to you. You're also going to get a free paper pumpkin in your starter kit. You're going to get 10, I think it's 8 or 10 brand new catalogs that you can now disperse between your friends and family. So if you start showing them the cards that you're making and you didn't really want to make business out of it, maybe you might get 1 or 2 customers, and it will just help you, stay an active demonstrator. So you never know how that's going to go. The paper pumpkin of this month, this started May 11th and it runs through June 10th. This is called Pick of the Crop. Give your card collection a refresh with this month's paper pumpkin kit. We're talking fresh ideas, designs, cards, and crafts. Each month, we'll strive to deliver a seasonal selection, and this month is no different. Plus, we've got an add-on you can purchase to expand on this month's kit. So what they're talking about, that expansion that you can purchase, is they have these mini canvas shopping bags that you can do some crafting on and kind of give it as little gifts, or make it your gift bag. It says this month includes all supplies you need to create 9 cards and matching envelopes. You will also, plus you get 1 of the mini canvas bags for a fun twist on card packaging, and a cute market theme stamp set to express your love, friendship, adoration, and while staying in the season. Paper pieces and embellishments that you can mix and match to create fresh designs every time. So you will get 1 of these bags. If you love them and like them, always know that you can purchase more of those. We've got a couple of kits. So these are just like a paper pumpkin. It's just not a subscription. So you can always go into the store and you can pick out, if you go to kits collection, we have quite a few kits in there. They're really kind of cool. They're right out the gate. You get the stamp set. You'll get a block in those. Block meaning you will get 1 of these little blocks here to mount your stamps on. You will get 1 of these in your very first paper pumpkin when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Make sure you don't toss it out or anything, because you're going to need that. That's a very usable block for you to be mounting all your stamps on, since you are getting clear stamps. So these are the 2 stamp set that comes inside of each one of these kits. So this one tells you this is all about thank you. This one is about kindness. It's called the Kindness Card Kit. We also have a really cute robot one in there. I just didn't print off the thing for that. I have adhesive kits, $35 right out the door. That includes your shipping, your tax, all the good stuff. You're going to get a 6-inch clear ruler, a package of the mini dimensionals, and a package of the full-size dimensionals, a green glue, which is the multi-purpose glue. You're going to get a mono-adhesive sand eraser, an adhesive eraser, a package of the mini glue dots, and a full roll of your tear and tape. And you're going to get a really cute little bag to carry it all in. So when you go to your crops, or you go to stamp book conventions or card making classes, you will have all your stuff right there in that little kit for you. Right now, my May host code is going to be posted up here for the whole time that you're watching this. This is posted over on my blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.com. You can find this graphic up at the top right-hand corner. You can copy and paste and add this to your order. And so where do you add that? Right over here. When you go to hit your shop or your cart button, once you add all of your items in there, you're going to hit add host code, and this is the code that you're going to put in there. Only add that if your order is under $150. If your order is over $150, do not add that. You're going to get some rewards, and I want you to have those. All right, this is the graphic that you're going to find over on the events page if you're interested in joining next month's mystery stamping. You don't have to commit to it by hitting the going button. You can also hit the interest button. And then that way it will bring up anytime I post something in that event, like when I add the supplies list, when I add any little, blips in there or whatever, you will see those pop up in your notifications to let you know what is going on in that event and any other event that I have going. Oh, I already hammered all that water. It is extremely dry and windy here in Tucson, Arizona. It is been in the 90s. They're saying that this week we're hitting triple digits, so that's never any fun. So it's nice and warm, and we have had some horrendous winds. Like, this year has been the windiest year that we've ever had in the whole 10 years that I've lived here. And it is making everything and everybody so scratchy, and it's really kicking up the pollen and making allergies really bad this year. All right, let's talk about the two differences in these magnetic plates that have finally hit the shelves of Stampin' Up. And I know so many of you guys are so excited for this magnetic plate. All right, you guys remember when they we're selling the magnetic plate about a year, maybe half a year ago. We all loved it. We were so excited to see it. And of course, I purchased it because I love having the dies stick right to, it's supposed to be 34 degrees. Oh my goodness. That is very cool there, Miss Peggy. Wow. And only 60s during the day. I would freeze. Literally, I would freeze. I would be the only person like walking around with a scarf, a winter jacket, because I've been so acclimated to the Arizona weather. Yeah, that would be crazy. So when we all purchased this, we loved it, Then we started noticing this kind of warping going on with this plate. Now, what is a magnetic plate, you might be asking? So when you take your dies, so I'm just going to grab a die out of here really quick. When you take your die and you have your piece of paper and you're going to cut this out, this die, since it is metal and this is magnet, this is going to make it where it doesn't slide around. Now, since this is warped, it's sliding around. So Stampin' Up was like, wait a minute. We pride ourselves on quality. We pride ourselves in our product. This is no bueno. We're not dealing with something that is warping and doing this nastiness. So what they decided to do is they said, hey, everybody who bought this magnet plate, we're going to refund you, which is like, wow. I mean, that says huge things right there for Stampin' Up. They refunded everybody their money who bought this because it was not to their expectations for what their product should be like. So we waited and we waited and we had our refunds. And then they just released this in this new catalog. This is the new magnetic plate. Now, I'm going to tell you, remember how I told you I dropped this the other day and I was so thankful that I didn't hit anybody's toes because I probably would have broke one. I weighed it. This one here was 10 ounces and some change. This one here is over a pound more than that one is. So this one is 1 pound, 10 ounces, and it's almost 11 ounces. So it's a pound and almost 11 ounces. So it is extremely heavy. So you guys, aid on the side of caution when you're holding this. Don't do like what I do and cut the top of this and then get talking and have it slide out and hit the floor and hit somebody's foot, because it is going to leave a gnarly bruise. Just telling you. The other thing that I want to tell you about this is in the brochure that comes in with your plate, you're going to see that they're telling you that it requires 4 plates to use this. I need you to know that pull this out right now and cross out the number 2. You do not need the number 2 plate. It was an error on this brochure, and they have corrected it on the new plates that are being made. But if you've already purchased this and you are having a heck of a time getting this to go through your machine, it's because you need to cross out that number 2 and only use the 1, this 5, and the 3 to be able to cut. All right, I just want to make sure you guys all know that, so you're not trying to ram this through your machine, because that's telling you the wrong configuration on how to do it. So this is the new magnetic plate. So now you're going to see how a magnetic plate should really work. Like I said, these are metal. So now it's not going to move because it's not warped. Now they've put, it is the same plate as this one here, but they've now just attached a big metal sheet. It's probably maybe a couple centimeters wide. They've now attached that to the back of this, making this thing flat now, so it will not warp. But it's the same, you know, magnet that we've all loved with that one. Just now you're not going to get that warping on this. So we hope. I can't imagine this thing warping at all, because this is a really thick piece of metal on the back of this. And heavy. Did I say that it was heavy? I'm pretty sure I told you guys it was heavy. Hello, Arliss. So yes, that's how that works. I mean, that is not coming off of there, right? That's what the whole magnetic part is for. So no more trying to fish for your washi tape and line things up after you stamp it. This bad boy is going to do the job for you and keep your dies in place when you're doing your cutting. Now, I tried to order the one that we do have in the catalog for the mini, but it told me that it was not in stock yet. So I'm going to keep you guys informed on when I finally find out when the mini is going to be in stock. I will let you guys know, and I'll probably have it in my hands because I'm going to want the mini one just as well as I needed this big one. But I just definitely wanted to show you guys some of the differences between those two, because it is pretty substantial. Okay. Any questions about that magnetic plate while I have that on my mind? Okay. Let's get to our card winners from last week. So these are the 3 cards that we made. So the first card is this one, this Hello Beautiful, and it is using that Abstract and Beauty, I believe it's called, or Beauty and Abstract or something like that. That paper that we have. And then I decorated the inside for that one. And isn't that beautiful with that melon mambo and that gold, and then just a little touch of that balmy blue. So this card here was card number 1, and this is going to Miss Peggy Frost for liking this video, or for that video. Okay, the next one is this, I called this the butterfly, because we added just this little butterfly to the front of this, just to add another little aspect to this card. And because I haven't played with those much lately, I wanted to bring those out and add a butterfly to these little florally printed cards. Now this is, what did this one say? And I didn't put a white piece in this because I really liked that light pink as just being the inside of the card. You are very welcome, Peggy. And this one is going to go to Melanie Foy for commenting on last week's video. And then this amazing little shaker card using that, what was that? Tea Boutique Cards and More pack. This is going to go to Marcia Lynn for sharing last week's video. And it says, overflowing with happiness in the inside of that. Hello, Miss Angie. So I need, I have everyone's address, but I need Marcia's address. So Marcia, if you are watching this, all I need you to do is I need you to private message me on Messenger your address so I can get this card in the mail to you. The other two people who won, I already know their address, so I will get those cards in the mail. All right, so that being said, the way that you can win the cards that I'm making today is by liking and hearting and thumbing that this video that you're watching right now. Commenting gets you entered, and sharing this video gets you entered. So I normally do it for the first card that I make, that you get entered by liking and hearting the video. The second card that I make is going to be one for someone who is commenting on here. And and then the last one, people who share this video, you're going to get entered in for the last card that I make. And normally I try to make the last card a little bit amped up a little bit, because I so appreciate you guys sharing my video. It really helps me build my business. And I know that's asking a lot of you guys. So I really want you guys to know that those of you who are sharing are going to get a little bit more of an incentive with the amped up card. I guess that's how I can say it. All right. So this first card that we are making today, I am going to bring in all these little bits and pieces over here. This one, we have this paper that is called the Pretty Prince Designer Series paper. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. When I got this paper, I didn't like it. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Not because I didn't like the colors. I think I was intimidated by it, because now that I have played with this paper, I'm actually kind of digging it. I'm like, okay, I'm giving it a chance. And it is, I've made a couple of cards using it. I've also used the sun prints for one of the cards that I'm going to show you, my alternatives to this card that we're going to make. But this paper, once you start playing with it, and once you guys see the card that I'm going to show you, the layout, you guys, especially those of you who signed up for my paper share, you're going to now be able to use this paper just standalone without, all you're going to need is pretty much a nice sentiment set, and you're going to be blown away with how cool these cards are. And you can always, you know, go that step further and add, you know, some more embellishments to it, which I am going to show you some added embellishments to it, but you'll see it the whole way through. So if you want to leave it the more simpler, absolutely do that, or just add a couple of things to just kind of make it dressed up a little bit. But this has got so many colors in this palette that you've got so many choices to play with. Okay, so that is called the Pretty Prince. Okay, let me go so I can give you all the dimensions here. Okay, there we are. All right, so our card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and what we're gonna do is fold it in half to give us our base that is 5.5 by 4.25, and bone folder is hiding. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a moment. Then what we need to do is we need to have some more. So when you cut this in half from your 11 by 8.5 piece, you're gonna have the full other matching piece to this. So what I did was I cut down some more pieces of my same colored card base, which is, this is Sweet Sorbet. So this is one of those new in colors. So this piece right here is 5 1/4 by 1. Then our next piece is 2 by 4. And then our little piece here is 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. Then we are grabbing our designer series paper, which is that Pretty Prince. And now I'm just using the opposite side for this big piece here. Now this one is going to get layered right on there. That is 4 by 5 1/4 is the size of that. Now you can variation this up all you want. If you want to flip this to this side and then flip these over, you can do it that way. But I'm good. Like I said, I'm going to show you a couple of the other variations that I did using the other colors, just so you kind of get, you know, the idea of what's going on. Our other piece of paper that we're going to need here, this is 4 1/4 by, or 5 1/4 by 4, if I didn't tell you that. This little piece here is 5 by 3 3/4, and that's just going to get layered right on there. This one here is 1 that's not right. Oh no, 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, because that's 2 by 4. And then you're going to need a piece of white, which the basic white is 2 by 2 1/2. And that's going to get layered on there. Okay, so that's what you want to do right out the gate, is get everything cut. Now, you will find, and it probably won't be uploaded until tomorrow because I don't have the fastest speed internet, being very rural that we are. So it takes me a hot minute, like a couple of hours of hot minutes, to upload this video to my computer and then download it to YouTube for me to get it over on my blog. So you will find over on the blog, you're going to find a PDF that I put on there that has all the dimensions. It also has a shopping list that you can buy all the products that I'm using. It will also have a instructions list on how to make these cards. So you can have those, print those off. You can save them to your computer and always reference those at a later date. I like to tell people one of the really cool things about these layouts is you don't have to use the same paper that I'm using. You can use any paper you have if you like just the design of the card. But it's nice to have those, be able to just save them right onto your computer, or like I said, print them out and keep them in a binder and be able to reference back to those if you need to. Okay, I'm using my multi-liquid glue here because it is my favorite, because it gives me a little bit of time to wiggle around and get this in the right spot that I need it. All right, now I'm going to use this little white piece. This was our 2 by 2 1/2, and I'm going to use the word thank you. Oh, Zoe had to have a shower. Hello, Mom. I'm going to use the thank you from the Good Feelings. This is in the new annual catalog, and we are going to be using Sweet Sorbet. But what I wanted to do first is I'm coming in with this Forever Fern. Now this is an oldie but a goodie. This set is amazing and has some beautiful florally or foliage stamps in here that are, what do they call that? That distinctive look to them. So they have that very realistic look when you stamp these. I think I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to grab this one right here. So I grabbed this one. Now this step is completely optional. You don't have to do this to make this card. And look, I already have my thing that's a mess here. I forgot to put new paper on there. Let me grab something to stick over that because that's going to be kind of distracting. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, then I'm grabbing my Petal Pink. And I just refilled these. And I forgot to smooth this one out, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm just going to tap this in here, and that's not how your pad's going to look. I normally have, oh, there it is. I was going to say I normally have a bunch of, okay, so when you go to, this is a good like teaching moment. When you fill your stamp pad up with your re-inker, it's going to leave like these little squiggly lines on there. So the best thing to do is come in with a plastic, you know, I buy these in like the 50 pack or whatever at your local dollar store. And then I just keep a couple of them here on my desk. And then I use a baby wipe and I just clean that off when I'm done. But it's a really good thing to note that when you first re-ink, you need to smooth that out in there so you don't get a look like this, because that's not the way your stamp should be stamping. It should be stamping more uniform like that. So spread that ink around on there so you get a much better stamped image. And so what I'm going to do is, like I said, this is Petal Pink. I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to do this right kind of towards the corner here for just a very light look, and then flip this around, stamp off once, and then do it again here for, again, just a kind of a little interest, you know, a pop of another color on this. Then I'm going to grab the Sweet Sorbet. Okay, that's beautiful. Make sure I already, because I refilled it also, make sure I didn't have any streaks in there. Okay, then I'm just going to take that Sweet Sorbet and stamp that right on that second generation stamped off little foliage. And isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love this Sweet Sorbet color. Okay, so let's get this out of here and this. And then this is going to get glued right onto our Sweet Sorbet, if I can hang on to it. And you know what? One of these things is not the right size. Okay, that's 2 2/4. What did I say that this needed to be? This needs to be 2 1/4, which it is, by 2 3/4. Okay, so this little white piece is not right. So we're gonna go like this. And I know you're like, what is she doing? Why is she destroying that? But wait a minute, because that was the wrong size that I cut that out. I don't know how I did that, but you know what? It's not the end of the world, but we do need to make it right. So I need to come in with, what did I say my white needs to be? It needs to be 2, so we'll do this again, 2 by 2 1/2. Okay. That's what we needed. So Petal Pink, stamp off once, flip this around, stamp off, and again, just like that. And then Sweet Sorbet, and our word, thank you. That's why that looked funny to me. I was like, wow, I should have a lot more room on the side of that. Huh. That would be why, because I cut my paper the wrong size. But it's okay. Now we're going to glue this to this. What did I lose, you guys? Your screen got frozen. Is anybody else's screen frozen? Hello, Jamie. Marcia Lynn, I'm glad you're in here. Did you see that you won one of the cards from last week? I need you to send me your address, not here on the Facebook, but I need you to send me your address on like Messenger. I need you to private message me your address because we don't need everybody knowing your business. And then you won this card right here. You won this shaker card for liking, or no, for sharing last week's video. Hello, Rhea. You are still here. Oh, okay, that's right. You were in here earlier. That's what I was gonna say. I forgot that I asked you guys if everybody was free. Okay, nobody else is frozen, but it looks like she got it to work. All right, good. Just making sure we're all still running here. All right, so now I'm just gonna take this 1-inch strip here, and this is just gonna get lined up on the edge over here. And so you guys see what I was saying about how versatile, hello, Danette. See how versatile this layout could be with so many different colors of variations of designer series paper. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our dimensionals and we're going to pop this up. And I need to get another pack of dimensionals. But first, let's use some of these bits here, since we can. Oh my goodness, maybe this one just doesn't want to come off of here. Okay, so we're gonna go like that. Peel these off. Okay, now this is just going to get set right on the front of this card, okay? Then we can leave it right where it is, right? But I want to show you how to step this card up just a little bit by just adding a couple more little elements to this. So I am going to grab, this is called, let me take it out of here so you can actually see it without that horrible glare from that paper there. This is called Mother of Pearl paper. This has these gorgeous, and I hope I'm not glaring that too bad for you guys, but it's got all these like little almost like flakes of, I wouldn't say it's glitter, I don't know, maybe like an opaly mother of pearl, I don't know. But yeah, that's called the Mother of Pearl. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple pieces, or just one piece, I guess. I'm just going to cut a little strip out of this. And I'm going to grab my bow punch right here. Or if you have the ferns from the Forever Fern set, you can use one of those to cut out, to die cut. But I'm just going to use, this is like my new favorite this is my new favorite punch called the bow punch or bow punch. As you can see over here on my desk, I have all these little glittery gold pieces cut out from this, and I'll show you why I have all those, because I used it on one of the other cards that match this set that I'm showing you. Okay, just like that. And now, I wonder if you can see it a little bit better like that. I don't know if you can see that. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to take and apply these in here. Maybe 2 up there like I did on the other one. And then 1 down at the bottom. And then that kind of just dresses that up a little bit more. That you're adding a little bit of extra element to your card. And you're really not, you know, putting yourself out much. But it just kind of makes it a little bit more fancier. And we all kind of like more fancy stuff, right? Okay, push that down in there. Okay, push that down there. You could also use a one of our mini glue dots to put on the back of this and then push those back up underneath there, but glue works just fine also. Because I've already got those dimensionals underneath there, I'm just sliding that where I know I'm not hitting the dimensionals that are up in these corners. That's why I'm just kind of taking them back behind there. And then that kind of amps that card up. Then we could come in with some of these pearls and add a little bit more bling since we've got this mother of pearl on here. Just like that. And now I've showed you how to, you know, take a very simple layout and keep it simple because it's beautiful no matter, you know, how far you take this card. But I showed you the simplified version, and then now we've just stepped it up just by adding a little bit more of element to the card. So isn't that cool? Okay. So let me show you the other 2 that I have made. So this one I left more simplified. I didn't add any elements to it. But again, it would be really pretty if you were to add, you know, some of these mother of pearl on there because of that little bit of white that's on the background here. Now this paper is from the Sun Prints. Now it's the one that there's a whole suite that there is a matching bundle that goes with it. So this is Night of Navy along with the Sun Prints. And so that is a flip side of that paper. And then here is this one using the Sun Prints paper that I've just used a different printed paper than we had there. I took those same leaves and did it on here as well. And then I used that same punch right here, the bow or whatever the heck, B-O-U-G-H, is that bow? Punch. And then I just took some of our, this is the paper that is the gold and rose gold. Do you see the 2 different colors here? You've got rose gold down here and then gold here. This is gorgeous paper. So gorgeous, I can't even get it open. I'm just gonna grab these 2 pieces right here just to show you the difference. Gold and rose gold. And so what I've done is just taken a strip of the gold and cut out a bunch of these little things because these will come in handy on so many cards that I'm going to be making. And I love to just have a stockpile of them. So when I'm looking at a card and I go, how can I kind of dress that up a little bit? Well, that's when you grab your little elements and just start laying them and then see what you think. This card is using, what was the set that I messed, or what was the stamp pack? Oh, soft seafoam. I was gonna say it was one that I messed up when I was filling it up. And this back here is more of that evening evergreen. So I just wanted to show you a couple different variations of using that paper, so you guys don't feel like I said, especially those of you who bought paper share and are kind of looking at that paper and not really knowing what to do with it. Well, now, thank you very much. I just gave you some card ideas. Okay, so that is card number 1. Card number 2, let me get out my chamois here. Now this is our chamois, and it is an amazing tool. It is what it's called. It's just a chamois that you just go run underneath your sink and you get it wet. And it is amazing for cleaning your stamps. I know a lot of us still have our Stampin' Scrub, and I do use my Stampin' Scrub. Don't get me wrong, but this is so much more smaller and compact. I really love taking these to all my in-person stamping events. I can cut these in half and have them sitting around next to where we're making our cards, so then everybody can clean in between and not have to worry about, you know, getting my spray out and making sure that my pad is clean and all that kind of stuff. These, when I'm at events, the other nice thing is, say if you're using, hello Cheryl, if you're using a lot of like reds and stuff, I can just take it right to the sink and just rinse it out. And, you know, I'm good to go. And as you can tell, mine has been very loved and used. Okay, so this next card, we're going to be using, let me get out all my elements. Let me move these because we don't need that. We are going to be using Mango Melody, and this is such a beautiful color, and I don't use it enough, to be honest with you. And so I thought it goes really well with this. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows 6x6 Designer Series paper. Where'd my thing? There it is. Now this has got, again, a lot of different colors that go with this. This paper is inside of our JJ mini catalog, which is our January to June mini catalog that is now getting ready to retire in the next month. So I did kind of get wind that I think our retiring list should be coming out sometime this week. So all the product that isn't, not all, because some of it is continuing, but some of the items in here have not been continued into the current catalog. So what they're doing is they're going to have a retiring list come out that you can get a discount on some of the items that they have overstock of. So I will post that as soon as I get my hands on it. So then you guys can start ordering those items, because it's only as supplies last. So once you see something and if it goes on sale, it's not going to stick around for very long. So you're going to want to get it before it's gone. And I'm not sure if this paper is going to be discounted, but I know that it is being discontinued because none of the paper ever continues. All right, so for this card, I'm going to be using, this is the Gingham embossing folder. Now this is not a 3D folder, so I'm going to use a piece of basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am just going to spray this. So I'm just using my mist, and I'm going to lightly spray that and place that in my embossing folder. Now, why the heck am I spraying my paper? I'm not adding color, I'm not adding anything to it, but if you guys have been around and watched me for a little bit, you'll see that I have a thing posted showing you the significant difference with just adding a couple spritzes of water. Let me see if I can find really quick. I had a couple pieces here to show the difference. I think that was one of them. I mean, I don't want to sit here all day long finding this. But there is a huge difference by spraying your paper first, because it makes your paper where if it's got a little bit of absorption to it, it pushes that paper even deeper into your embossing folders, and it gives you just a much deeper, crisper looking emboss. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Okay, so this piece here is Mango Melody, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna simply just fold this in half for our card base. Okay, we need a scrap of Mango Melody. We also need a scrap of Melon Mambo. Ooh, that's a lot of M's. Mama. And then I have a piece. This is 3 3/4 by 3. Now, this is the piece that we are going to be cutting. We are going to be taking this and using the 3 3/4 side. We're going to cut this at 1 1/4 3 times. Okay, so there's all of our pieces, and I like to keep them in order because I like the way that it looks on the card if it looks like it is been staying in the same directional. I'm also using the Amazing Thanks dies. So I'm going to use the thanks, but I'm going to grab the shadowed image and I'm going to die cut that out of the mango. And then I'm going to grab the melon and I'm going to take the more detailed word and die cut that. Oops. Okay, there's my look at those two colors together. Isn't that gorgeous? So with this, you get the word amazing, you get the word you, and the word thanks, and you get all the shadows, and that, oh, and then there's the word are. So you are amazing, you could do that. And those, did I tell you those are the Amazing Thanks dies? And then I'm just gonna poke out. This is the Take Your Pick tool, and it is a godsend, and everybody needs one. It will come with 2 of these gooey heads, which is what I call them because they've got this little blue goo in the top of it. And as you turn this, that goo will come up and just kind of pat it down. And when it gets gross, take it and pull it off and then turn that again. But I always like to tell everybody, when you go to turn it, once it starts snaking up, it'll keep snaking if you don't turn this back the opposite direction to stop that pressure on there. You're gonna get this little cool tool here. This has got like a putty tool on it where it's really good for picking up your embellishments, and then a poker tool for like weeding out your little die cut things. And that has a nifty little lid on it, and that just, see how there's like a lock and unlock? When you put that in there, it can just lock and now it's in place, or you can unlock it to flip it around and put it the opposite way. Now I'm just gonna glue this right down to the shadow. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to take this and kind of straighten it back out. And I'm going to glue this right to my card base. Making sure I get glue on those edges because since it's been embossed, I don't want it flipping up. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to take our mini dimensionals and take each one of these Look at the back side. The back side is really pretty too. And I'm just going to put five of these little mini dimensionals on here. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, Thursday, it's also, again, I have a post over on the events. Thursday, I have my alternatives class for the paper pumpkin that just came out, which is the, oh, which one was it? It was the Celebrating in Color. So I got this, and we will be doing the alternatives for that kit come Thursday night, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the middle one and I am going to judge where the center of this card is. Just like, and it's kind of one of the nice things with this gingham embossing because it kind of lines things up because it's got lines that are going down, so you can kind of just watch your lines to make sure it all gets kind of met up. And I did it crooked, so we're going to pick this up and kind of just turn it to straighten that back out a little bit. Okay, then this one is going to go right here. Leaving just a small little margin in between. Okay, just like that. Then we're gonna take this little gorgeous piece and it is gonna go right on there. My hands do not want to work today. This is one of those really fun, bright, cheery cards that could be great, you know, to put like the word amazing on there and give this for like a happy graduation card. I mean, that would be kind of cool, especially we're in that time of year. Okay, so that's gonna go there, and then oh, the beautiful glossy dots. These are my favorite. So you guys always heard me say like the iridescent dots were my favorite, or iridescent, I can't remember what the heck they're called now, were my favorite because they went with everything. I've found a new favorite. Look at how amazing and bright and shimmery and shiny, and look at the colors. I mean, the colors alone, oh, beautiful. I'm going to come in. Now, I know this isn't quite the color Mambo, Melon Mambo, but you know what? We're just gonna wing it because I think they'll be just fine. I don't think anybody's gonna hate about having some really cool pink blingies on here. Actually, I'm gonna go like this. There we go. Okay, so again, a very simple card on using up some of that designer series paper that is going to be, you know, sitting on a shelf, because I will be 100% honest. I have so much designer series paper that I love it and I hoard it, but then it goes out of color. You know, the colors that we have, it like no longer coordinates with anything. So then I'm just stuck holding on to it. It's gorgeous and I can't like just give it away, but then it doesn't go with anything else. So I'm trying to find ideas of using up paper that I have to stop hoarding and start giving cards to people that have this amazing paper. So that is just a very simple, you know, but still a very cute card to give. All right, let me show you the other alternative that I made to that. This one I used, this is Coastal Cabana, and then this is Coastal Cabana with Bermuda Bay on top of that. Again, with that same rainbow paper, I just took a different one of the colors, the more pastels, and used it on that one. And again, came in with those glossy dots and added those on that card. So you've got two different ideas right there. Not a fan of the paper. Well, you know, and that's totally okay. I haven't really been a fan of the paper either, and you can see because I've got a whole stack, 2 stacks of it. So I've got to use it because again, it's just going to go sit in a closet, and it's cute. I mean, it makes great birthday cards. So there you go. If you've got some of that paper and it's just sitting around, get it used because it's going to be no longer available and you got to use those colors up. Okay. So that one, we didn't do any stamping on. Now, you know, you'll stamp your little sentiment in the inside of that and all that. Okay, so now let's get to this third card. Now we're going to be using some of this beautiful, I love it. At first I didn't, but I love it now and I'm so thankful that I got it. This is the 2022-24 in color Baker's Twine pack. Now, once I started seeing that teacup, and you know how it has this little, here's one actually sitting right here, this little teacup, and you know how the little tea tag that hangs off the edge? Can you do me a favor? Can you fill up my water?
Does Katie, did she eat?
No, I told Corbin to tell you.
Well, I just wasn't sure.
Oh, okay. The little tea tag, this is so cute to string that into the back of this, and the colors match those in colors perfectly. So, just saying. It's another one of those things you gotta have. Add it to your list. Is your list long yet? Okay, so for this, I am using, this is thick basic white, since this is going to be my base. And this is 4 1/4 by 11. And I have scored this since it's going against the grain. Yeah, I once I started seeing it, I was like, okay, I've got to use that string because it just coordinates so well with the colors of that paper. Okay, so there's our card base. Then I know I cut it out. Well, I thought I cut it out. Thank you, sir. What is your dad making for dinner in there?
Nothing.
Oh, it smelled like he was cooking something.
I made sliders in the microwave.
Oh, that's what I'm smelling. Because I was just going to say that it smelled like hamburgers. Okay, then I need another piece, and this is just regular basic white. And since I thought I cut one down, but I didn't, unless it's, I don't know, doesn't matter. We're going to do this at 5 1/4 by 4. Then we need this trimmer to stay out here. I almost put that away. And we are going to come in with the 2022-2024. This is the In Color Glimmer Paper. And holy guacamole, you guys. It is to die for. It is so shimmery and sparkly. And just goes with everything. I'm really digging these new In Colors. So it's also ombre affected. Affected? That's not a word. It has ombre effect. There we go. That's a word. I make up my own words as we go. Cool, right? No judgment. All right, so what I need to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to cut this piece off because we don't need that. But we do need to now cut some strips. Now we need to cut some strips at 3 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to move this over and cut this at 3/4 of an inch. Ooh, and that worked out perfect. And then we're going to do by 4, but I think I'm going to cut it off at, I think I'm going to cut it off this end. So 3 1/4 by 4. So just like that. So I'm going to do that in every one of these colors. So this one's Starry Sky. This one was Sweet Sorbet. We don't need this little leaf, but we'll put that over there with all of our goodies. By 4. And the size, as far as lengthwise, doesn't really matter because you guys are going to see what we're going to do here in just a minute. That was Parakeet Party. This one is Orchid Oasis. Now, if you're cutting a bunch of this, do know that it is going to make your cutting blade go dull a little bit quicker because you do have this glitter. Now, but I will tell you that Stampin' Up! Has done an amazing thing with their glitter paper. Remember some of our older paper, and now this is, you know, dating, you know, the Stampin' Up! Time that I've been with them. But remember when you used to touch their paper and the glitter, or when you were cutting it, the glitter would fall everywhere. And I'm a glitter girl, so I didn't hate it, but this makes it so much better. So when you give this card to somebody, they don't get glitter bombed when they open the card and then they don't like you. I mean, they like your card, but they don't like you because you glitter bombed them. Yeah, Stampin' Up! Has fixed that problem for us. So no more glitter bombing unless you add glitter to their card to do that. Then, I mean, I'm not going to say that you're not a nice person, but somebody's going to not like you. All right, and then this last color was Tahitian Tide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, the back facing me, and then I'm just going to lightly tear just a tiny, tiny little bit off of that from both ends of the long pieces, just like that. So you just have like a little torn look. Now you can cut this if you don't like the torn look. Okay, just like that. All right, now you've got all these little pieces that can just be tossed. Now, why did I flip that paper over, you might be asking? Because I don't want to see the white ripped piece like this. Okay, so let me show you, for instance, if I tear towards me. If I tear towards me, see how it leaves this white piece here? It's not a bad thing, but I want to see more of the glitter part than I want to see of the white core of the paper. So if I flip it over and tear it, then I have that nice torn glitter edge to that. So that's why I tell you to flip it over. Now, you use your discretion and you do it how you want, but that was the method to my madness of why I tell you to flip it. All right, so then we're gonna just take these strips on the 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white, and we are just going to start laying these on here. Oops. Okay, now I need a scrap of this red, the Sweet Sorbet, and let's glue these down first. Ooh, my son made, what did he say that he made? He made sliders. And I mean, ever since I've had COVID back, what has it been, almost 2 years ago? My sense of smell has been so jacked up that nothing smells like it should. Everything has a weird tainted smell to it. So he just cooks sliders out there, and hamburger really has a funky smell to me, and it really stinks. Like, I made biscuits and gravy for my husband this morning before he went to work, and the sausage that I was making, it was literally making me gag. I know, TMI, right? But it just, things have just a tainted, weird smell to it. And I don't know if any of you guys experienced that or not, if you guys had COVID, but I know I'm not like alone on this. I've had very many people tell me the same thing, that they experience weird smelling things. So I'm just like, oh, yay. So it's really hard for me to make hamburgers anymore. And I love to eat hamburgers, don't get me wrong. But something about the smell of them just grosses me out. Okay, so we're going to do that. Actually, I need to grab a different piece of red because I need more, like what I've cut here. I need more of the darker red for this. Or no, I'm not. I'm going to use the lighter red because I have such dark up here. So now I'm going to grab my StazOn. Had to figure out if that was StazOn or not. And then I'm using the 2 flowers here from Flowers of Friendship. Now this has carried over into the new catalog, if you guys didn't see that. So if you have this, yay, it's still an active product. Okay, let me grab it. Oh, that's not the right punch. That's not gonna do it. So I need to grab, this set has a punch that coordinates with these 2 flowers. All right, so one thing to note, when you go to cut these out, and I know my paper is gonna go in like this, I know that my bottom small flower has to be turned kind of like a X, right? Like X-wise, because that's how it's gonna fit when I go to punch that. Now the big flower is going to be like a plus sign, where it's straight across and straight down, not an X, but a plus. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. If you have this set and you struggle with stamping those, it is kind of a screwy little process, but it will work as long as you don't have to turn this any particular way. All the leaves will line up with the punch no matter which way it is. Just I always make sure when I lay it on my block, I lay it like an X. And then when I lay this one, which I didn't do it all too great, but I do it where it's a plus. So X and plus, if that makes any sense. But you'll see as soon as I do this. Ooh, this darn little gnat. Okay, so I am using StazOn. And because this paper is kind of a slicky kind of paper, you have to be careful when you set this down. Make sure you don't shake it around any. And just hold it there for a minute so it doesn't slide, because it will get slippery on there. And then let's take this one, and I know you're not supposed to sniff StazOn, but I just can't help it. I love the smell of it. It's one thing I can smell, and it's still kept its amazing almond smell to me, so I have to sniff it. Crazy that I am. But ooh, one more sniff. As Danny's over here getting high off the StazOn. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to cut these apart, and then I'm going to use a sticky note, just a little sticky note here, and I'm just going to put this on the side of this. So when I slide this in, oops, that's not going to work. Because those were not the same width apart as this. So if I tried to stamp those or tried to punch those together, I would screw them all up because they weren't the same width apart as this punch. Okay, so see, if I use that sticky note, I can slide that right in there and get it perfectly lined up, and then punch that flower that I need. Take this off. And since this piece has a handle for me, I can take that in and I can put it right into that big flower. And die cut that out. And then look at those beautiful flowers there. Now I like to kind of curve mine up. It's completely optional, but I do want to grab a mini glue dot and put on the back of the small one, and then off-centering the small one from the big one. I'm going to place that right in the center, just like that. I love how those two colors, how the ombre effect has made that look almost like a realistic flower with the lighter pink in the inside and then the darker pink behind. Then we're just gonna grab one of our mini dimensionals here. Oh, but before we do that, we can add that to the back of this. Just like that. And then I wanna grab my sweet sorbet, and I am going to start selling these. We are still looking at price wise, but this is a bow maker. My son has come up with making these on his 3D printer. So they're a hard plastic. You guys have seen me use them before. Well, last time you saw me use it, I screwed it all up because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But I'm going to come in and I'm going to go to the biggest one. So what you have to do is you're going to hold it at either, if you're left-handed or right-handed, hold it at one side and then bring it around and then through. And then I'm going to cut this and then poke this part behind and then come up right through the center, come down, and then tie this in a knot. Just like that. And voila, you have a bow. So there's your bow. Just like that. And so I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. And stick it right to the back of that bow. And then spin this around. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to apply it right there to the kind of offset the side of that bow there. Okay, so that's going to stay like that. Now I'm going to bring in my sentiment from Happy and Heartfelt. This is a really neat sentiment set here. You've got Happy Mom's Day, Happy Dad Day, congratulations, heck yeah. You matter to me, yay for love, all the day, or all day your way. That's great for like a birthday. Lucky me, no matter what. Being awesome is just your thing. Thank you. And then we have to celebrate this. So I think on the front of this, I'm going to say, you matter to me. So bringing in leaving my flower there so I don't lose it. Bring in my sweet sorbet. Moving the little tails from my bow there. I'm just going to stamp this right down here in the bottom corner. Just like that. And then getting this bow to stay the right way. It's kind of being a turd. Hopefully, once I get this down, I'm going to take the flower and go just on the other side of that center point so I don't lift this up anymore. Just like that. Oh well, that's going to be crooked. Or not crooked, but it's going to be twisted because it doesn't want to lay straight. Do you guys have any tricks on how to keep your, especially with this baker's twine, it likes to roll because it's been wound up. Okay, so now we're gonna take this piece here and some of our dimensionals. A little dab of glue, that would probably work. Okay, just put that on there. So let's try putting a little dab of glue on here to get this sucker to stay open. Frida, let me tell you what. You're my gal. Okay. All right, now this is just going to give us our layered look, but since we popped it up, it's going to give us some dimension on that card. And you don't have to leave your tails that long, but I just kind of think it adds a little bit of interest. And that dab of glue is holding that, so that's great. So there is our, maybe those are a little too long because it's covering my sentiment. I don't want that. Okay, go like that. There we go. And then that is card number 3. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. I almost forgot. Eee. If it's not blingy enough, we have to just add a touch more using our rhinestone basic jewels. Let's grab one of these biggies right here and add that right to the center of that flower. There we go. So I made another one just like it. I didn't have any alternatives to that one. I'll have to clean that. This is the one that I used, and I don't remember what this was from. This Wishing You So Much. But that's using the darker flower. But I realized with this one, I used Memento when I stamped the flowers. And as I was touching it, because this is kind of a shiny paper, it kept coming off on my fingers. So I knew when I went to show it to you guys, oh, and I did one of the leaves, but see what I did? Because I used Memento, it slid off of the thing, so you can't even really see the leaf print anymore. I decided that, okay, when I go to show you guys, I'm going to show it to you guys in Stays On. So see how much clearer and crisper that looks on that flower versus that flower. See how I've smudged it because the Memento didn't stay on that flower, but it stayed on that using Stays On. So just to show you the difference of why I told you to use Stays On this one versus the Memento on that one. All right, you guys, I am going to say good night, and I will see you guys, those of you who do paper pumpkin and want to see the alternatives to the paper pumpkin that from the color, what did I say it was? Color in Colors Celebration, or the new, or the one that just came out, Paper Pumpkin. I will be on here on Thursday, 6 o'clock Arizona time, which is also Pacific time. But there are the gorgeous cards that I decided to show you guys tonight on using up your scraps of paper, because why not? You can make gorgeous cards and not really have to put much stamping effort into it. And sometimes when you go to make a card, you don't want to have to pull out all the things, right? I mean, I know sometimes I get in that mood where I'm like, ugh, do I really have to pull everything out? And not that it's hurting anything, and not that I don't come up with a beautiful card at the end, but sometimes you just want to move on the fly. Or sometimes my husband will be like, oh, I'm getting ready to leave for work. Do you have a birthday card handy? And 9 times out of 10, yes, because I have a bunch of cards already pre-made. But sometimes I don't have a masculine birthday card that he is looking for. So then I just need to pull out some paper, and then if I have to think about all of it, it's kind of time consuming. So something like this, I can turn this into a masculine birthday card and not put the flourishes on there, because as you saw with that blue one, it's kind of more on, not to say the dull side, but this one here could be a masculine card if I didn't have so much floral, you know, prints on there, but nonetheless, it would still work. So I hope you guys give this a try. I love it when you guys share your creations over on Pink Barn Stampers group. So please become a part of that group if you are not already. Also, what was I just going to say? Shoot. I don't remember. It's fun. Leave it to me. It just goes in and goes out. Whatever. So, all right. I will see you guys Thursday. If I don't see you Thursday, you can always catch the replay of that Paper Pumpkin Alternatives. If not, I will see you. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. If not, I will see you guys on next Monday at 6 p.m. The other thing I was going to say is that you can always go over to Pink Barn Stamper or stampinthepinkbarn.com. That is my blog. So when you go there, you, like I said, as soon as I get this all uploaded and photos taken and everything uploaded to the blog, you guys can go there and snatch those PDFs off of there. So then you will have these forever, so you don't forget, or you get frustrated when you're trying to constantly like scroll through my page, or you're scrolling through YouTube and you can't find the card that you're looking for, but you want to make this, you know, layout. Pull those PDFs off of there, save them on your computer, put them, you know, print them off and shove them inside of a binder. It's always a good thing to have, because then you know, then they're there forever. Also, all of the product that I have used tonight, you can find it over on my store, shopdannygarola.com is my landing page. Now, while you're there, you can join my team from there. There's going to be like a little row of tabs underneath like the main page part. You will see the shop button, which is where it's going to take you right into my store, where you can buy any of these beautiful products that I showed you today. Or you can go over and you can join my page. You can go see my calendar of things that I do on a weekly basis. So I hope you guys enjoyed the cards for tonight, and I will see you next time. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye. Have a great week.